you really good at sabotaging your relationships? Maybe you've even done all the therapy and you've read all the books and you know you're getting in your own way, but you keep doing it. I hear you. I was baffled when I found myself repeating the same patterns even after all kinds of therapy, reading all the books, doing all the things. You still replay the same patterns. Hi, I'm Sarah Schweppe. I am an essence coach who loves all things relationship. I specialize in working with divorced women who have done the deep healing from their divorce. They're ready to start again. They're ready for a new relationship, but they're feeling scared and they're lacking the confidence to step in, and they're really concerned they're going to replay the same patterns despite doing all the therapy and all the things. So today I'm talking about sabotaging relationships and how to stop doing it. When I found this work called Evolutionary Power, light bulbs went off for days. I remember when I found Dr. Julie Colwell's books, I probably read them all within a week or two because I knew I was missing something, but I didn't know what it was until I found her stuff. And what I realized was that even though I'd done EMDR and I'd done all this therapy, and I loved even doing alternative stuff, dabbling in alternative forms of healing, my energy was stuck. And so when I learned how to actually move my own energy through, things began to change. So those places that I have sabotaged, and even today, I can still see where those places are. Once I learned how to clear the energy that was creating the patterns, everything began to shift. Because we're creating our own reality, both consciously and unconsciously, we're walking around radiating energy. And so even though I may consciously want a connected, loving relationship, if some part of me is really scared of that for whatever reason from way back when, these parts, these personas, they come out to keep us out of old feelings. And so if I have not allowed myself to move through those old feelings, then that persona still has a really big job. And often those jobs are to sabotage. But the thing is, the persona doesn't really see it as sabotage. It sees it as it's helping us. So take, for instance, a caregiver persona, which I have a great one. It's really good at caregiving. Let's say consciously, I really want to receive care. I want to have a partner who is willing to give to me as I am to him. This actually has come up in my relationship. But I keep finding myself with partners that I'm giving all the care to. And not only that, maybe they have like extra needs. So they're soaking the energy up in the relationship. But consciously, I just want some love and attention and care myself. If this persona has not come into our conscious awareness, if we haven't cleared the energy that the persona is keeping at bay, then the persona requires an external situation to continue happening so that it can have its job. So the caregiver requires people to care for so that it can stay up in its job and keep me out of my big feelings. So the way to stop sabotaging relationships is to work with these parts, is to get curious about what energy isn't moving through. And we can know that there's stuck energy anytime we're in reactive brain. How do you know if you're in reactive brain? It's when you don't feel good. It's when you're lodged in your ego. It's when there's conflict. It's when we're in blame. It's where we feel anxious and depressed. We're thinking we're right or wrong. We're in either or thinking. We see others as the enemy. So that really, contracted place is reactive brain. There's a lot of ways to go in to find the stuck energy and to move it through. But for you, if there's one place that you keep sabotaging and you keep replaying the same pattern over and over, I wonder if that pattern is actually a persona. And I know this is a tough one because it's really unconscious, but I wonder if there's some kind of benefit to replaying that pattern, not to your conscious mind. But if you can get yourself into wonder and being curious, what does this remind me of? How do I benefit from this? Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I was the oldest. I learned to define my lovability by caring for others. And so if I'm not caring for them, I'm scared I won't be lovable. Ooh, that's an actual thing that I've moved through, and I can still feel it in my body, like in my stomach. So sabotage is about stuck energy. So if you're able to see those places that you're sabotaging, great, that's such a big first step. The next step would be to get curious and to tune into the energy that you're trying to keep at bay, those emotions you haven't felt. Because once you allow those to move through, there's not a need to sabotage. The persona doesn't have to stay up because there's no energy for it to keep at bay. So I hope this makes sense. I would love to hear in the comments how this lands for you, any questions that you have, and I hope you have a wonderful day.